What's up, guys? Hope you are well. This is YPS the side, and I'm super excited to have Suvidhi for an interview with us today. She is the leading coach when it comes to moms in India, and I feel proud of myself right now because I've been a part of Suvidhi's journey. And welcome to the show, Suvidhi.
Thank you, YVS. I think it's a great honor to be here. And when you say, I'm the leading coach, I think it's a big thing to be, seen like that.
Definitely. And I still remember our first video call like this. I think it was January last year or something like that. December or January, tha shayad.
Yes. No, it was not even last year. I think I've been with FBA and then FBE for 2 years now.
Right. Right. So last to last year, January. So basically
Yes.
yeah, so it's like 1.5 years, I guess.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So for those who don't know you right now, so my question is, Suvidhi, tell us about your business. What is your business? Who do you help? How do you help? Kya model, kya business model aapka?
So I am a fitness and nutrition coach, and I deal with postpartum fitness, busy moms basically who are struggling to lose weight. So I myself have gone through this journey, and I see a lot of moms around who are struggling to lose weight, and they have this notion in mind that this is a mom body now, and this cannot change.
Yes.
So the whole purpose of this is to change that notion across India and to make them understand that yes, moms can also get back to their pre-pregnancy body and not feel like that they are stuck in this mom body now. So the journey has been about that, and that's who I actually help.
That is awesome. So I have a question for you at this point. Ki, did you yourself go through something like this? Ki, when you became a mom and you were like, I can never transform or I can never lose weight. Did something like this happen with you also?
Yes, I think that was the starting point of my journey to becoming a coach. I had twins, so I had gained about 25 kgs in my pregnancy, which was a lot. So my body had completely changed. I couldn't recognize myself, in the mirror. And it also meant that I had low confidence level. Wherever I went, people asked me, they were in a state of shock. They would see me and they would think that, okay, what has happened to you? And of course, there's lot of negativity that is attached to it, right? People don't understand that you have gone through a pregnancy, and your body will take some time to bounce back, and they are harsh in their comments at times. So I've gone through that journey, have hit my low point, and I have realized that it is important to take the first step. If you are stuck there and thinking, this will never happen, it will never happen. But yes, you have to take that first step and make yourself believe that I can get back to where I had started. So it has been a slow progress over the years. I was able to lose that weight, and once I was able to shed that weight, it made me realize if I can do it, I can lose that 25-30 kgs. I think other moms can do that too, in spite of having a busy routine or having kids, a home to look after. We can still prioritize ourselves and lose weight, and it is not so difficult as people might think.
That is great because, when we talk about your career, when we think about your career, it's not just, you're not just focusing on your career, it's your family life, it's your children. Then it's like, your business and, managing everything becomes a big thing. But interesting baat aapne ye boli that, this is common sense that everyone knows that if someone gets pregnant there is some weight to be gained. Still some people can't be empathetic on that stage. Do your clients also face issues like these, or ki body shaming ho rahi hai over literally nothing, which is just a natural process?
Yes, of course. I think when I go on a first call with somebody, I think that's the first thing that I hear. One common thing that I've always heard is that I don't looking myself in the mirror. I don't like it. People around me are continuously body shaming me and telling me, you will not be able to change back. This is going to be your body now. And these comments are coming from people who are close and near ones. Sometimes it can be your husband as well. Sometimes it can be close family members. And it really hurts you then because anyways, there's a plethora of emotion that a woman is going through postpartum, right? like the postpartum depression that we talk about is actually real. We might not
Hmm.
be wanting to go to a therapist for
Hmm.
it, but yes, we are going through a lot of emotions, hormonal changes, your life turns upside down. And on top of that, when people pass such harsh comments, it takes a toll on your mental health, and you hit rock bottom, and you're not able to understand, what to do, how to start, and what are the things that I can do to change this thing.
This is very interesting, and literally having somebody who has gone through the same process, has gone through the same remarks or same kind of phase by your side as a coach is I think it's a uh, big relief for most moms, and I think that's one of the main reasons they are like, busy moms are like, okay, we want to work with Suvidhi. So Suvidhi, now I'll take you back to time. Uh, since we were already talking about your transformation, what year did you start your fitness business, or when did you decide ki, yaar, I want to do this? Was that um, after giving birth and losing weight yourself, or it was like before, sometime before?
Okay, so I'll start from, what actually happened postpartum. So I had gained, like said, 25 kgs in my pregnancy. So I had lost some weight post
Yes.
delivery. So I was somewhere around 75 kgs. So I
Hmm.
was still, about 20
Hmm.
kgs or more overweight. Uh, 2.53 months postpartum, I started, working out when my doctor had given me a
Hmm.
go ahead. I started focusing on my diet, and I was able to lose the, 10 kgs or so in the first year itself.
Hmm.
So that brought me to some 65 kgs, but I
Hmm.
was still 10 kgs overweight from
Hmm.
where I had
Hmm.
started. I think at that point of time, I became quite comfortable at where I was. I was
Hmm.
still 10 kgs overweight, but I thought, this is a mom body now. I can't change
Hmm.
anymore.
Yes.
This is the max I can go to.
Hmm. Hmm.
And through the years, I was not feeling great in my body. I wasn't working then. So I was just taking care of my kids. So
Hmm.
that also kind of added to the pressure that, I'm not doing anything about
Hmm.
myself, whether it's my body, whether it's financially, I'm not doing anything.
Hmm.
All I'm doing is looking after my house, my kids, and that's what my life has become. So
Yes.
I went to a state where I was quite depressed in my life. Even though, if people would look at my life and they would say, wow, she's living a life of her dreams. I never
Hmm.
had any constraint otherwise, but I didn't feel good about myself, what I was doing.
Hmm.
And I think that was when COVID hit.
Hmm.
And I think everybody's life came to a standstill.
Hmm.
So probably at that point of time, I wasn't feeling so bad
Hmm.
that my only life is at a standstill point. But then I also started getting some kind of health problems
Hmm.
because I was depressed, I was overweight, and I think I was drinking also a lot that time, because I think that was kind of a
Hmm.
coping
Hmm.
mechanism for
Hmm.
me to
Hmm.
cope up with the state that I was living in, and I was just looking forward to drinking and passing my time like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But then that made me realize that I am getting a lot of health problems because of it.
Hmm.
And having a genetic history of cancer and heart disease in the
Hmm.
family,
Hmm.
it made me aware that, I have to be on top of my health.
Yes.
Right? I have to take care of two kids who are around me. For that, I have to first take care of myself,
Hmm.
and I cannot inspire them to become who they would want to become unless until I have those habits.
Yes.
So that was in 2021 when I realized, okay, this is the time I need to shed those last 10 kgs. I want to lose weight. I want to be in the best shape of my
Hmm.
life and become really healthy. So that's when I had enrolled under a coach. I think that was the best decision I ever
Hmm.
took. Even though, people around me would come and say, it's okay, you're not so fat, you don't need
Hmm.
to lose any
Yes.
weight. But I wasn't feeling good about myself. And that losing 10 kgs made me more confident.
Yes.
It also helped me realize this is something that I enjoy doing. Like I
Hmm.
have always been working out, but I never focused on the nutrition bit of it. And I had no knowledge about it. And
Yes.
like most Indians, we would still have those myths around,
Hmm.
food, and we don't really know what we were eating. We might be eating less. Like a lot of women tend to eat lesser than what they think,
Hmm.
and they may be overdoing in terms of sweets or other things. So those were the kind of mistake that I was making. So when I transformed myself, I realized, this is something that I really enjoy doing. I have always been into, some kind of workout, whether it was dancing or working out. So that really was like a, stress buster for me. And when I realized the importance of nutrition, I thought, okay, let me just study a bit. If nothing else, let me just study it for myself, and for the sake of my family, I'll get a better understanding of things. So that's when I got some references from my coach, and I enrolled under a certification, and I spent, I think, next 6 months studying about it. And meanwhile, I started practicing a little.
This is
So
year 2021?
yes, year 21.
Yes.
Then I had some family members, of course, when you lose weight, people start coming to you and asking,
Yes.
what have you done? So I had some family members who said, okay, try things on me, and see, if it works out for me. And I did that. And I started gaining confidence because I was enjoying this process of, coaching someone, because it's not just a physical transformation that you're working on. You're also working on their mental aspects. What are their struggles? Why have they reached this point in their physical transformation? Because somewhere down the line, it is a mental struggle that they're dealing with,
Yes.
right? So that is the part of the journey I was enjoying. So when I completed my certifications, I, told my husband, okay, this is what I want to do professionally. I don't know how far I'm going to go with it. But right now, it's not about making money, but it is about being able to help other moms, right? Because
Yes.
I have gone through a phase, and if I'm able to get even one mom out of it and feel good about it, it'll be great. And I think that's when my journey started. It was end of 2021, and I would say professionally, maybe beginning of 2022, because then that's when I had completed my certification. And yeah, that's when it started. And that's when I started, not exactly building a brand, but yes, working as a fitness and nutrition coach.
Okay, so 2022 we started, and it was like, one thing which I noticed in your journey was it was like very organic. कि खुद का किया, फिर then your goal was never making lakhs, right? What you are doing right now. Now you are a role model to so many mothers, but your goal was like, okay, I'll just help one mom. This is a very good, I think my own journey as a coach was also very similar. I was like, यार एक बंदे को भी help कर दे तो ठीक है, because it's something is better than nothing. But I started at a very different stage in my life. I was pursuing my college. So very relatable. One thing which I noticed, one thing which I just realized is that, you gave birth to twins and lost 25 kgs. I kind of knew that, you pulled off a transformation, but 25 kgs is huge. That is like crazy. Okay, so 2022, you started out, I think we had our first conversation in January of 2023. Is that right?
Yeah. End of 22 or January 23. Yes.
Yes. So when you started working with us, what was your business like? Numbers wise, I think we were at around 30,000 or 60,000 rupees, either of this, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere on an average, I think I was around 35,000 per month. And before that, I was just training anybody. Like, whoever would come to me, I would say, okay, yes, I think I was also gaining experience.
Yes.
But when I joined FBA in 2023, and you asked me, the question, who do you enjoy working with? Right? That is when, I started figuring out, okay, who are my best clients? Who do I enjoy having a conversation with? What do I enjoy doing the most? Earlier, I would train men, I would train women, anybody, I think it was like, beggars are not choosers.
Yes.
So I was, and that also has helped me gain experience in all kind of field and dealing with different kind of people. But I think that made me realize, okay, this is what I want to do. This is who I want to work with. Moms are the most relatable people because I do understand their journey. I do understand the kind of problems they deal with. Still there, I know, if a mom's child is sick, I know she'll not be able to do anything. So we try and ease out things for them so that they are able to, walk through the process without having that overwhelming feeling, okay, this is too much for me to handle.
Yes, in the beginning, but like, I think every coach is like, we think in a very counterintuitive manner, ki bhai, I want to work with everyone because if I work with everyone, I'll get more clients. But it is opposite of truth because, in market, you want differentiation, you want a niche. And right, the way you have been able to create your differentiation, being a mother yourself who change lives, then now changing lives of mothers, that's a game changer. That can't be copied. Right, because your journey is being seen by a lot of other coaches also, but this thing can't be copied, right? Because that's your personal journey. You got negative comments from someone, body shaming from someone, that can't be copied, right? And that's what I think people can see, and people can literally take inspiration from. And I think that's one of the main reasons I think your business has grown this much. Talking about numbers, I think in first phase itself, we were able to get to multiple six figures from 30,000.
Yeah, we were about 1.5 lakhs in the first year itself. able to hit that. And that time I was building a brand, growing the brand, what I wanted to do, what is the kind of value that I want to get into the system. I think it's been a journey to be able to evolve like this. I had never thought that this can become like a full-fledged business that I'll be running. I might have people running under me. I started this like a something like a purpose for my life, because I didn't want to sit idle. I wanted to use my time, to the best way possible, because I could see my kids are growing up and they will demand lesser time. Everybody around me is busy, and if I don't have something for myself, I will end up feeling that, okay, my life has been a waste till now, right? And personally, because a lot of things that I've seen, like when my dad passed away early, and I saw how my mom's life changed, that was a big realization that, it's not just about having that financial independence. It's also about how you feel about yourself, that what you are doing, does it serve the purpose of your life? So for me, it's been like that. And that's why I think I've never had that trouble of thinking, okay, I'm earning this much or not earning this much. It's always been about, am I getting satisfaction out of the work that I'm doing?
That is awesome. Uh, in my records, I think we have worked together for 12 months, two phases at the beginning, 6 months in 2023 for six
Yeah.
months. Then we started working again in the
Yeah.
final month of 2023.
Yes.
So, what was the first goal when you joined FBA?
I think
30,000 rupees, sir.
I had no clue. So I was just scrolling through Instagram. I saw FBA, and I read all your posts, and seemed quite nice. So I said, okay, there's no harm in scheduling a call and understanding how things work. And I think when I had my first call, I was quite convinced. Honestly, I've never shied away from taking a decision that, I would want to do this with my life. I've tried multiple times in my life doing different things, and I have failed terribly. But it has never stopped me from doing things. Okay, let me give it a try. And I thought, okay, let me give this a try. And I think I made my initial payment like that. Okay, let's do this and see how things figure out. And I ended up going to my husband and telling him later. He's like, do you think, is this going to work out? I don't know. There are a lot of things on Instagram these days. I thought, I was like, this call seemed genuine, and I think this can really help me. Let me give it a few months and see, if I can figure things out. And I think that was the best decision I ever took. I couldn't have thought, uh, to be honest, my goal was, if I can do 50K per month, I'll be happy.
Yes.
That was my
Yes.
goal. Because, like I said, it was never like that, I'm financially in a crunch or something like that. I've had parents or husband I've been provided well for, and I feel blessed for that. But yes, there was nothing that I could call of my own, right? And I think that was the driving factor that I wanted to do. And from that mark of just being able to do 50,000 a month to getting to multiple, six figures, I think the journey has been quite big. It is, I think my vision was too small when I started.
Yes.
And I've been able to grow that vision, I think, because of you, because of FBE. I've been able to see things with a bigger perspective. Okay, that is something that I can do.
Yes.
So that
Definitely.
thing.
Building a real business takes time, because, if I look at your own journey also, first two phases, we went from 30,000 to, I think our biggest month was around 1.9 lakhs, 1.8 or 1.9 lakhs, right? And last 6 months, the first from 2
First
lakhs,
month
we were,
itself was also doubled.
yes. So I think we were able to get to 4 lakhs in the
Yes.
first month itself. Then
Yes.
we had some ups and downs this year, and last month was 5.65 lakhs. Okay, so to give you context, जब भी हमारी खुद की जर्नी की बात हो रही होती है ना, हम we are always thinking about the next goal, and we kind of don't remember कि यार how far we have come. India में, if you want to be top 1%, you need to be making 3.7 lakh rupees a month. You're making almost 1.8x of that. You're already in top 1% just from your income, while living a dream life, I guess, and while chasing more goals.
Yes.
While being invited to different podcasts now, being featured in Femina, one of the leading magazines in the country. Now you have a team, you have multiple team members to changing lives of moms and being a role model to them, not just because you lost weight. Now, because, I'm pretty sure a lot of other mothers are like that, okay, I'm taking care of my children, I'm taking care of my family, but I want to do something for myself. And that journey might just start with my own transformation. So, this journey has been legendary. Uh, okay, so I'll take you back in time. What were your biggest struggles in the beginning when it comes to your fitness business before joining FBA, and then before moving to the mastermind? What were your biggest struggles in the beginning? And also tell me if there's any struggle right now. What do you think is the biggest struggle right now?
I think every stage comes with its struggle. Whenever you are growing, I think you face a new struggle, and then you want to make a system for it and then grow further. So I think the journey has been like that. When I started, I think I was working on a different kind of system, delivering the diet plan and the workout plans in a way. And I think, like I said, I was working with different kinds of people. So I didn't, there were different protocols that I need to be met. Then I started making a system out of it, how the delivery should happen, what are the things that should be included in the plan. I started, when I was talking to people, I started to understand, things that they would want in their plan, they struggle with. So those are kind of, guidelines I started keep making along the way, videos along the way, and that has helped me grow, right? And as the volumes would increase, so would the work increase. And I started struggling with replying to DMs or replying to queries. And that's when you told me that, it's time to hire a assistant. And I think now my life after that had become so much more simpler. I'm just delegating and telling them, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. And that's what they've been doing great work. And I think it's been their support that I've been able to grow. When that got sorted, and then we hit a certain number, and I was like okay, I've got to stabilize over here now. How do I go further? So then we had our talk, and said, it's time to hire a coach if you want to grow and delegate more systems. So that's when we hired a coach. And yes, it not just added more value to it. Now we are keeping each and client accountable for things. It's not that we just give them the plan and they've gone missing for a week and we don't know what they're doing. We try and find out, okay, where they are, what is the problem they're facing. Me and my assistant coach, we're trying to get to as many calls as possible to figure out what is the problem that they're facing. And from the information that we get from them, we are always trying to improvise things and set new guidelines and new systems for them to understand, okay, this is a common problem that is faced, how should we work around it? So building those systems has been a game changer for me. Whether it is about organic growth, inorganic growth, I think I have learned a lot. We have been try to automate system that way, okay, that there's always we're getting certain number of clients. So sometimes I have to tell, okay, I cannot take any more calls today because there are too many, people who are asking, to get in touch. So I could have thought that this could have happened. Like I was struggling and going on calls, whoever would come my way. And I think this has been a good change that has come over these past 1.5, 2 years, to be able to get to that point where I'm not chasing after people and people are chasing after me. So
that is awesome.
that has been, I think, a big win. And those were the struggles that I faced then. And like I said, every phase comes with a new struggle. Now we have to handle team members. So that's a new struggle that we face.
Hello, that is awesome. Um, my next question was, what are the two biggest things that we have specifically achieved while working with FBA? But I think you have already answered that. Ki bhai, service. One thing which I would like you to like everyone listening to this to focus on is that Suvidhi's answer did not start with marketing, sales, and stuff like that. 70% of her answer was just talking about how to keep her clients happy, how to change lives. This kind of mindset is very important. And that's why, in FBA, we start with building a service first. Service ko next level karna is like, one of the most important things because marketing follows. Because if your service is out of the world, marketing, I think, becomes much, much easier. And that is
I
what.
want to add to
Yes,
this,
yes, please.
this is something that I've definitely learned from you. I have never seen you tell us to market FBE or FBA. what I have seen is that you have always been available, for us, and whatever smallest queries that we have, you answer them. And if somebody comes and asks me, should I join FBA or FBE, I'm like, go ahead, go for it. Like, of course, you have to put in the work, but you don't have to doubt the kind of value you guys provide, right? And you don't have to tell me to market it, because I have firsthand experienced it. So that's why, I can tell it to other people. And I think that is what I've learned and taken. If my work speaks for itself, like till date, maximum of my clients come to me organically through reference. Because I think if I'm able to transform one mom, that has a ripple effect that, she inspires a lot of moms around. So
Definitely.
I think, and that's the best kind of growth I can ask for.
Definitely. And that is something which I've seen a lot of good coaches also miss out on. They just keep on running after koi magic funnel hai, koi magic ad copy kar li kisi ki. These parts are obviously important, how you get, people in your system. But I think if your service is out of the world, everything else would fall into place as long as you are ready to learn more, experiment more, and take that risk. So I have a question for you. What was the biggest thought in your mind holding you back from joining FBA or even getting to the next level, joining FBE?
I think for most people, money becomes a factor. So if I'm earning a certain amount, I always budget and allocate things. Okay, this much I'm going to spend when I go out, this much I'm going to spend. So a lot of time this is what people don't do. They would not spend on their knowledge. They will not spend on their health, because that becomes the last of their priority. They would go out and spend on a night, an outing, but they wouldn't do that. So when I was about to invest, it was a big number for me back then. In the amount of money for FBA or FBE, of course, I had a thought, should I do it or not do it? And I know that if I would have asked somebody might have, talked me out of it, mat karo, try it on your own, do that. But I realized, sometimes you need that specialized help. Because I'm new to this. I have no idea how to do this. I have no idea how to grow this. I don't know, what's the next step to come. And if I even reach the next step, how to stabilize things, right? How to make systems out of it. So I'm glad that I took that first step. That is one thing that I always tell my husband also. And when a lot of moms also come to me and tell me that, I will have to ask my husband for this, for going ahead for their decision. My question to them is, are you confident enough? Have you gotten value out of this? Do you think we are a good fit to work together? And also, would your husband have that, would he oppose you that you should not go ahead with something which will benefit you?
Yes.
The answer is usually no, right? But still, we hold us back and we let people, talk us out of it. But once you take that first leap, I think things become much more easier. And especially when you have invested in yourself, you would want to, take out the worth out of it, right? So you work harder, much more harder, okay, because I have invested a sum of money for my business upliftment, for my knowledge upliftment, for my health upliftment. So I really want to work hard to achieve those goals. So I think that was the only thing that held me back for a moment. Other than that, whatever I had gone through with the seminar, over the call, I was pretty convinced, that this is a good plan and I think this can definitely help me. And because I had been with FBA, and when I was moving to FBE, I had no doubt that, how you have always been there or somebody is there to address our queries. And it's never that, I'm just investing my sum of money and not getting a value out of it.
That is great. Thank you for this. I have a counter question on this. One thing which I've seen in your journey is that your husband has always been there to guide you in the sense that, guide you and support you. And, I have two questions actually. Number one, how does that happen? Is it just linked to finding the right partner? Or I mean, what is the secret behind that? And the second question, so let's answer the first question, then I'll get to the second one.
So I'll tell you one thing. My husband was never like this. Because I was, a stay-at-home mom, I would handle everything. So he was the kind of person who will even drop his, towel on the floor and expect somebody to, pick it up. But ever since I started working, he has really stepped up. So whether, it's taking care of his things or taking care of kids, of if we are dropping kids. So we have at times, we have two kids. So one is in an athletics class, the other is in a gymnastic class. They have both classes at the same time. So now we've started distributing those duties, you know, one day I will go, one day you will go, because he also understands that, you know, I am also trying to work hard. So I think, and it's a big change for him because he's been living that life for a good 10, 12 years. So bringing that change is also difficult. But I think the thing that I lacked was I never asked for help. So when I started asking for help, okay, I need help with this, right? Because I am trying to work on probably my health or probably my business, he stepped up. So a lot of times we shy away from asking from help, whether it's from my family, from our kids, and we think it is our own responsibility to do everything. And that's when we start feeling bad about ourselves because we are not able to justify that role, and that frustration of not doing something for ourselves creeps up, and then it's a vicious cycle. फिर वही frustration बच्चों पे निकलती है घर पे, right? So it is
This
very
is very interesting.
it's
Yes.
very important to be happy internally, right? And that happiness
Yes.
comes when you're feeling good about yourself.
That is awesome. And, glad that, your better half has been supporting you throughout. So my next question is that, when you are, because I have seen a lot of FBE members also get this objection in a way that, whenever they're talking to a married woman in relation to their transformation also, they come up with this question that, I'll talk to my husband and get back to you. Do you think it's a real objection, or it's, they're making an excuse?
I think it's not a real objection. For some people, it may be that they don't have that financial independence that way, that they can make a payment right that ways. But a lot of times they get that objection from working women who are, you know, working in at good positions, earning a lot, and taking out a small amount of money is a big deal for them. But I think the real objection is that self-doubt, that will I be able to do this, right? And that's doubt that, you know, I've maybe tried multiple times and I've failed. I've not seen a real example in front of me who was really transformed, having a not restricting themselves that way in a diet plan, or, you know, endlessly working out at the gym. Right. So they don't have those right kind of examples in front of them. And they always start with the self-doubt. The most common thing that I hear is, I'm a lazy, I cannot transform because I'm a lazy person. I'm a foodie. I have a body like this because, you know, my genes are like that. So it's always like pinning a blame on somebody else, right? So when they want to invest in a plan, they're also pinning that blame on their husband, right? That my husband would not allow me to go ahead, right? But the fact is, if you would have gone and told your husband that way, that, you know, this is something that will really work for my health, for my body. I don't think husbands are like that, that they will say, nahi, nahi, mat karo. I don't want your health to improve. Right. So I think husbands are supportive that way, is that if you tell them, if they don't, are not stopping you from going out and, you know, probably buying a Zara dress or buying anything for the house, I don't think they're going to stop you from something that will improve your health. So
Definitely.
I think that question is more about, are you ready to do it? Are you mentally ready to transform? Because that's the first battle that you have to fight. Once you've taken that first step, I think everything becomes a cakewalk.
Like, I'm very happy that this podcast interview would not just be helpful for, fitness coaches. Any mom who watches this would have, some eye-opening moments, I would say. So let's talk about your business now. Now, last month you made 5.65 lakh rupees. And recently we started building our team. Now tell me about, team. What is your current team structure like? And yeah, let's start with the team structure.
So in the starting of this year, I hired first a virtual assistant. So she started taking care of, you know, some of my chats that were happening on Insta, and fixing up a time for on the schedule. So now I have a Google Calendar where I have to log everything, because my
Yes.
assistant going to come and log a call at any time. So that has been a great help, because she sends reminders to people, she follow-ups with people, and if there's anything that, you know, I want to be watchful of, so I just tell her. So it's been like having a teammate always there. That has really helped me grow things. Whether it's, you know, watching how everything is performing in terms of numbers when we are trying to run ads as well and see. So that has been a great help. And I was struggling to hire a coach recently, but yeah, I've been able to do that. And we're still in the phase of, you know, I'm just trying to train her, making her understand things. But still, that has also improved a lot of systems. Sometimes I might miss out on things, and she's there to take care of things. Okay, you know, is the client sending all the pictures of the food? Are they eating properly? Are they able to do the workout? She at times goes on calls with them on for their workout also to see, if they are doing all the form correctly or not. Because sometimes initially, especially women who have not worked out any time in their life, they don't understand, how to do a workout. So that has also been a good boost that people are able to fix up a time and see if they're doing it correctly, and then understand how things need to be done on their own. And whether it's about taking their checkings and seeing if they're struggling with anything. So that has helped, and that has also helped my life in a way that, I'm able to switch on and switch off. Otherwise, I was working 24 hours. I'm still working 24 hours, but I have marked places in my calendar. Okay, this is my time. This is my time with my family. So my dinner time is fixed. That's the time we sit together and have our meals. And the morning also, that's it. And that has all been able to do it because I have people who are working for me when I am not available. And yes, I
Yes.
would want to automate things even further. And I would want to just be involved in the coaching process because that is something that I enjoy the most. So yes, next thing would be to get somebody who can take the initial calls or something and understand the basics of some person. And I can go on the second call to understand other things. So I think that will be the next step that I would want to take. But so far it has been good. Little here and there, up and down. I think that's all part of the business processes.
So next question is that, what are your next goals now? In my head, what I think is that, obviously freedom wali cheez now we have cleared out because we spent some time building our team and stuff like that. Next goal, what is your next goal?
I think freedom is the first goal, right?
Okay.
Because I've been working for the past 1 year, so like I don't know, I have no time. So from morning till night, I'm answering queries, responding to people. I want to take out some times. Like I want to go on a holiday and not if I'm not even present on my phone or WhatsApp, that would be a luxury.
Yes.
So that is something I would want from my business right now. I want to stabilize the numbers so that there is an automatic flow of income that is happening. I'm not saying that it has to be a big number, but yeah, a certain level of income. Like I said, it's never been about money. It's more about what I can do and achieve. But yes, of course, when you're touching those numbers, it gives you a high of itself that you can't imagine. So that is one goal. So for that, I think I have to work more on how the systems are, maybe getting more people on board to automate systems and also improving services in whichever way we can so that I think customer end should become more seamless, right?
Yes.
For them, whether it is check-ins or anything is not an effort. So maybe like, getting an automated system for that in some time. Like I've been thinking maybe an app would do something, but not right now. But yeah,
Yes.
something that like that later, which makes things easy for the client to report and have something easier easier interface for them, I would say. So in terms of
Yes.
freedom from the business and improving the coaching services, I think these are the two goals I would want to focus on right now.
Both of these seem easily workable because now I already have ideas. Next time we strategize your business, we can easily sort these out because I think you have already taken the hard step towards that. That means hiring an assistant coach if trained properly. I think this would get sorted for like 90% of the part. And I was expecting a different answer. I was expecting an answer in terms of okay, I want to be at 1 crore rupees per annum run rate. I think that's the next
I
goal
think
which we would be able to get to.
that's the next
Yes.
goal. But first, I want to stabilize things. I don't want to run there and then be all over
Yes.
there because I feel right now I'm at a stage of life where I have other things also, like other responsibilities as well, whether it's my family, my kids, and a lot more other things. So I don't want to be just focused on one thing and
Hmm.
ignore my other
Yes.
responsibilities. Maybe if you
Definitely.
had asked me that question when I was in
Hmm.
my 20s, I would have said yes, but not right now. I think the priorities are different.
Right. That is great. And again, one thing which I'm seeing you repeat again and again is that you want to improve your service, which is like I think which is one of the biggest reasons you are where you are. Before I get to my perspective on why I think you are the number one coach in your space right now in such a short time, uh, I have a very burning question. How do you manage your time? Because one thing which I've seen you do in the last year is seamlessly take care. Even if you are like right now, you're saying, okay, I'm working for the most part, but I have never seen you falter when it comes to. I've never seen you falter when it comes to taking care of responsibilities of your home, kids, now your own business, and especially your own fitness. How do you manage time? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of moms make the hold themselves back, thinking that okay, I'm a mother now, so I can't do anything else, let alone my own fitness. So how do you manage your time, and what can other coaches, other moms, including me, I'm not a mom, but other coaches can learn from you on how to manage all areas of your life in such an optimal manner?
I think I'll take you back when I delivered my kids. When my kids were really small, I live alone, so I had just one help to take care of two
Hmm,
kids.
hmm,
And my husband, he leaves in the morning, comes back at night. So I had two kids and one help to take care of them. That was which was a lot. But I made sure I still went and did my workout in the morning
hmm,
before the kids woke up. So I gave that responsibility to my husband and my nanny. You take care of them for 1 hour, and I'll just finish my workout and come. And that is something that I have practiced till date. I
hmm,
finish my workouts no matter. I hold somebody responsible for it. If I can do morning, I will do it. If not, I'll do it evening. But that, because for me that has become my space. I
yes.
It gives me something that I'm doing for myself, even if I'm not able to control other things in life. That is something that I am doing for myself. So when I'm talking to any new mom and they tell me that I don't have the time, I would say, okay, involve your kids. And I think have been doing it since day one, and that has also had a good effect on my
Hmm,
kids. Like both my kids are quite athletic that ways. Their
hmm,
touch with their food habits have been not like that, binging on chips or something like that. And they've never asked for it. And sometimes we feel like, I think we've spoiled them too much and not given them anything.
hmm, hmm,
But I think that is something that rubs off. So when they were young, I would work out with them. I have videos of them, working out, really jumping jacks or burpees, whatever it
hmm,
was. And I tell all my clients like that, if your child is not giving you the time, then maybe involve them. And I've always seen a positive effect of it. Like today only, one of my clients, we had our kids' exams going on, so all the mothers are, of course, stressed and everything.
hmm,
So she said, today I thought I'll skip the workout. We had a very tough exam today. So she said, my son told me, Mama, you can do a home workout.
hmm,
So she did a home workout
hmm,
because her child told her, and because he's been seeing it for a couple of months, that my mom every day goes to the gym or does any kind of workout. So that made him realize, okay, this is something which is part of her life and which makes her
hmm,
happy.
hmm.
So that way we are doing something for ourselves and also having a good impact on our kids. So
Yes.
that was my biggest takeaway from my journey, and till date I do that, and I think I've been trying to schedule everything in a way that it fits into my routine. I'm a very social person. Like
Hmm, hmm,
every Saturday, Sunday, I have a lot of friends to meet, a lot of people to catch up with.
hmm,
But that doesn't mean that I have to go all out when I'm eating,
hmm,
or
hmm,
all out when I'm drinking. I
hmm,
prioritize what things need to be done and what can be avoided. But that doesn't mean that I have to avoid people and places.
hmm,
I still do that, and but I prioritize my work also. Okay, this needs to be
hmm,
finished before I go, so
hmm,
it will be finished. Whether it's sending a plan for my
hmm,
clients or taking in check-ins, so I finish that work, and so everything is a lot more scheduled and organized that ways.
hmm,
If I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, I probably will never hit my targets. I've recently enrolled under this new certification that I want to do,
hmm,
and I'm struggling to find time for it. So now I've dedicated, okay, every day 1 hour. This is the time I want to dedicate
hmm,
for studying, and I know it's going to be a big task. Have the kind of routine I have currently, because I'm still struggling with time.
hmm.
But when I know I schedule it, I know this 1 hour dedicated to this. So you are able to focus on that thing, right? So I think scheduling and asking for help, delegation of duties, I think these are the three things that when people do it, they're able to do everything in life.
Hmm,
We all get 24 hours.
hmm.
So it's not that somebody's life is going to be very different from others, right? So we always have to take out time from it.
This is great, and I wouldn't even call this struggling. I would call it thriving because you're taking care of your priorities, your family, your business, which is growing like crazy, your social life, and I think it's more about pre-planning and priorities. Also, another thing is a lot of times we feel कि यार मेरे पास time नहीं है, but once you start putting time blocks and you realize कि you have been wasting a lot of time. Uh, you know, if anyone thinks they don't have the time, just see how much time are you spending on Instagram every day. Screen time check करो अपने phone पे.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
one thing
think
I always
yes.
tell them. If you're spending more than 4 hours on Instagram, I think you can do a lot more things.
Definitely. That is great and very inspiring. In my opinion, why you have become the number one coach in the space right now, one thing which I've seen is we have actively coached you for what, 12, 13 months, right? Till now. Um, I have never seen you complain. There have been slow months, right? Slow months, hota, I have never seen you complain in the sense you're always asking in terms of how can I improve, right? This mindset is, I guess, very important. And, it makes the coaching process for me as a coach or, for any coach seamless. Next is you have always been learning, like you just mentioned that, okay, new certification. At this stage of career, most people might just be thinking about money. And, one thing which I realized in the podcast also that, money is least of your concerns. But on the other spectrum, as a coach, one of my main concerns is money because, when I see the number going up, I realize that, okay, this is working for her. She's getting ROI, right? And again, the third pointer was, I already written these pointers before we started with this. My third pointer is not after money. And after listening to your own whole journey, um, we can definitely see that money is a part of it, obviously, but it's not. It's very low on the priority list, and I think that's one of the main reasons you are here. Okay, so next question. This is for those who are watching this, who have watched our FBA ka content kabhi, or they have seen our ad, or they are watching content on our YouTube and are skeptical and haven't worked with us or haven't pulled the trigger yet of joining FBA. Do you have a message for them?
I think you should all go for it. I think I went for it, and that's why I've been able to come so far in my journey. And it's not just me. I think all the FBE members, I've seen their growth. It's been phenomenal. And of course, they are all putting in the effort, but the kind of things that we have learned here, I think we could have not learned anywhere else. This is not just about, okay, making money. It is also about, like I said, becoming a better coach, understanding how to make systems better, what is working for us, getting a team, how to handle that team. And so we are in our journey to becoming YVS. So we definitely need that help to understand. And it's your journey, of course. You have been able to, I think, help us because you have also gone through all that transition. And to all the people out there who are holding themselves back, I think you should take that leap and you should definitely enroll and put in the work, follow what they're saying, and you will definitely get results. I think there's no two ways about it. If you put in the effort and whatever is given to you, do it. I don't think you can not have progress.
Definitely. Thank you for this marketing material for me. Okay. Okay. So, what are your top 3 tips for other coaches who want to excel in this space? Other coaches who might be, like old Suvidhi, who are making 20, 30,000 rupees or at any level. What are your top 3 tips for them?
Number one would be, firstly, you have to keep improving yourself. If one thing becomes good, you're good at one thing, then you have to see what is the next thing that you're struggling at. What is your next question where things you can improve? So every time when you improve something, something gets added on and you're able to improve your service, you're able to improve your business. Second thing would be like, never shy away of something that you think is going to help your business. Whether it's investing in uh, a course that can help you increase your knowledge, or maybe investing in something that helps your business growth. I think never shy away or think that twice, because once you invest in it, you are also committed to it, right? And then you
Yes.
work harder to achieve your goals. Third thing would be us to maybe relax also a bit, and not to get stressed over it. Okay, I'm not hitting those numbers. I think everybody has their ups and downs to the time, and it's not a linear curve. You cannot always keep going up, you will come down. But then if you're seeing that growth through the way, I think that's a big motivation itself. Like if I have come from 30,000 and touched a month where I had gone to 5.5 lakh, even above, that itself is a big growth for me in the past 1.5 years, right? So you have to think it of from this perspective. Maybe when you said it that way, I think I realized it back then. I was just looking at the past couple of months, how the trajectory has been. But when I looked at it from 30,000's point of view, I was like, okay, it's been, a lot. So I think
Yes.
that is also something that we should also look at.
That is awesome. Next question for you is, did you imagine that you would be here, career-wise, life-wise? And what is your message number one for moms who want to excel in their career? Not necessarily coaches. What would be your message for moms? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of moms would be like, yeah, okay, are on the fence. They want to do something of their own. They have been, making excuses when it comes to their own fitness or whatever the situation is. What is your message number one for them?
I think firstly, never feel scared to try. Well, I've tried a couple of times in my life. I joined my husband's, it was a jewelry business I joined. I didn't think it was my cup of tea.
Mm,
I tried an apparel business, didn't
mm,
work out. I've done even, different kinds of, like I've come from a very different
mm,
background, done
mm.
my BSc, then my MBA. I think none of it is what I'm doing today.
Yes.
But I kept trying until I reached and realized, okay, this is what I love doing. And, this is what is meant for me. So never be scared of trying. And you have to also realize at some point of time, your kids will grow up. They will demand lesser time from you. At that point of time, you will need something for your own as well, right? It is not about just, financially doing something, but having a purpose at any point of time in life. Like I see a lot of women go through depression as the kids become older. I've seen in my own mom struggle with different things. That you lose a kind of sense of purpose because your kids have grown up, they don't need you anymore. The house doesn't demand you
Mm.
as much. But if you can build it right now, no matter how small it is, you will have something that you can call of your own when you grow up, right? And that will keep you going. And that will also keep your mental health, your physical health in check. So I think that is something that is important. So just try, no matter how many times you fail, just try whatever you want to try.
Right. This is awesome and this is super inspiring. For me, also, not just moms, I would say, because, never say die attitude. I didn't know that, you tried a couple of things, three, four things, but, before you stumbled across your own passion and everything else. This makes me more proud of you. I've always been proud of you since the last year, but, now this makes me more and more proud of you. And so happy that this whole conversation went in such an insightful way. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching this would be like that, okay, I want to consume more stuff from Suvidhi, or if there are moms who are like, okay, this is my coach, this is my future coach. How can people reach out to you? What is your Instagram? What are your social media handles?
So my social media handle is Lean by Suvidhi. The lean word itself stands for lifestyle, exercise, and nutrition, because these are the three core pillars of the plans. We just don't want to work out on your diet, on your workout. We also want to work out on your lifestyle, how to change things and how to improve it, to figure out the reason why you're struggling and why you're not able to reach your goals. So these are three things that we want to follow upon. And yes, I work with moms. I work with busy moms who are working, not working, struggling to find time for themselves. And you can definitely DM us lean. That's the keyword. And we will get on a call and see if we're a good fit and strategize your next transformation.
That is awesome. So if you are a mom who is looking to transform, I would be adding Suvidhi's Instagram link, and other coaches who want to, take inspiration from her, do check out her profile and everything else, because, she has been an inspiration for everyone in the FBE community, also inspiration for me also. Today itself, I learned so many things, which makes me so proud of the fact that, I'm a part of this journey. And we'll surely have this podcast again very soon when we hit the next goal or when we have some other pointers to discuss. And this has been insightful and one of the best hours most coaches can actually consume when it comes to their own career growth. And that's all for today, I guess. So, Vidhi, is there anything you want to add?
No, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. When I now that I've come to a stage where I'm called upon on any podcast, or maybe it's at a school or something related to women's fitness, I think that itself makes me really proud of being here and being able to share my knowledge. And I think if that inspires even 1%, anyone to take that leap towards their health, towards their business, I think we're doing a job well then.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Suvidhi, for being here. And coaches, if you want to grow your business, time for me to advertise myself. If you want to grow your business, just like Suvidhi, uh, check uh, check FBA out. I have linked you with our Instagram profile and a form. If you're interested, let's see. Fill in the form and let's see if you're a good fit. If you're a good fit, we'll get on a call. If not, we'll still help you with resources like these, detailed resources like these to help you grow your business. And see you on the other side.
Yes, guys, go check it out. Go DM them because you will have a lot of things for yourself to grow your business.
Thank you. Thank you.